Right. Let's see. I think we should be live any moment. Maybe one of you can confirm this if you see it on YouTube, and then we can kick it off and start discussing what we have. What, we were just live for 5 seconds? No, I hope not. I hope we're still live. I learned my lesson. I'm not double clicking on anything. I'm just clicking and then waiting for confirmations. And then if nothing happens, I'm gonna click again. But no double clicks on this channel anymore. Okay, I think we are live. Very nice. I think we already have some people on YouTube. We have we have Michelle Martino, who is very excited to see all the new stuff, as well as Shihara. Welcome, welcome. I don't know, Umbra and Exo already in the YouTube chat. Welcome. And on Discord in the voice chat, we currently have Archie, Blood Moon, Destroyer, Jared, Windows 7 Pro 2008. So a bit of a throwback right there. And then we have West. And speaking of West, we also have pretty much full geographical coverage. We already saw that we have people from Europe, from Asia, from Americas live right now. So a very big Evertale community event, as it should be. And we are already close to kick it off. Welcome, Gabriel, on YouTube as well. And yeah, today is the first time we're gonna see what are the newest top 10 units in the Evertale meta right now. We had quite a few new releases, so 4 new releases. Let's see if any of them make it into the top 10. We had Dark Lancelot, we had Lucifer, we had Earth Gawain, and also Storm Snow White will also already be reflected in these rankings. Murasaki is too new, so I don't have any data on her yet, so she will only make it into the next top 10. Exo, thanks for posting. We see the previous top 10 right here. We had Storm King Arthur on top, ahead of Cthulhu and Musashi. All 3 of them kept their positions compared to the previous month back then. Let's see if they can do that again, if they can pull it off again. Then at number 4, we had the new Tristan, Unicorn following on 5, then Light Anya, Light Avatar Ludmilla, Water Anya, Yukata Ludmilla, and Dark Sun Wukong closing out the number 10 spot. So last time we saw the rise of sleep. Let's see which units can rise this time. What do you guys think? Which of these 4 units that I just mentioned have the potential to end up in the top 10 today? So we had Dark Lancelot, Lucifer, Earth Gawain, and Storm Snow White. Who of them, or if any of them, could make it into the top 10 today? All right, let's see. We have West saying Tristan will be out of the top 10, and Lucy has the potential to make it into the top 10. Destroyer adding Dark Lancelot
I'm
to
pretty
Lucifer.
confident about Storm Snow White.
Oh, Storm Snow White, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Of the 4, that's the one I'm most confident in. Because I personally saw my friend, she's been doing pretty well for me.
Yeah.
Although I haven't been seeing her that much, but I feel like it's because I'm not as high in the rankings and my server isn't as active. But I do
That's
feel like
fair.
she's doing a lot of work.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Storm Snow White, I mean, we can already talk a bit about her. She has, of course, a lot of, I think, snowball potential. So once she gets going, once she gets the survivor unlocked, or kind of just stuns the entire enemy team. So if it's not a stun immune team, then it's looking very bad. I already ran into that. Even at the low level, Storm Snow White can be quite tricky to deal with if you don't take her out quickly. So that is one thing, that kind of armor that can be ignored, and no kind of straightaway healing, of course, makes her a bit vulnerable to kind of a Storm King Arthur and Musashi combo, for example, if they both attack her. But yeah, let's see where she lands. Let's see if we have any others. Oh yeah, and so Shihara on YouTube is saying Dark Gawain, so the newest Earth unit, also potential for the top 10. So I think everybody, or every one of these 4 units now already getting some potential here for the top 10. Although I think Lucifer was mentioned the most, if I see that correctly. So it seems like a lot of people are convinced that she has what it takes to bring back kind of this burn style that was so neglected for quite a long time. Earth Kaguya wasn't able to do anything at all for Burn, honestly. So Lucifer was, of course, very differently, but it is yet to be seen how differently. So we will have to check on that later. But so all of these 4 units have potential for the top 10. Then let's just quick it off right away and think about who could be the number 10 guys. What are your picks for the number 10 spot? Of course, very difficult always to kind of guess that one when we don't know any of the other units yet. All right, Umbra also on YouTube saying Dark Gawain is cooking. Thorns, Heziman joining as well. Welcome, welcome. We got a little video of a burn win. Okay, got it. And Destroyer kicks it off. Yeah, sorry, Jared.
Burn win against, I would say, a really good sleep team.
Oh yeah, right.
Of course,
right.
without stun ups or tanks, but I would say still really strong.
Right. Usually you wouldn't see that, especially against Water Sleep, right? That was always kind of the hard counter.
There isn't either my no, there is no Lucifer in that one.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting then. Destroyer kind of bamboozling us with a non-Lucifer burn team at this point. Let's see. Okay, we had Destroyer with a top 10 pick for Water Anya. So number 10 would be Water Anya for him. That would be down 2 ranks compared to last time. Water Anya was number 8 back then. Then we have a Patrick who is a monk.
I would go with Yukata Ludmilla.
Yukata Ludmilla. Got it. So that would be previous number 9, down 1 rank. I mean, makes sense. I guess, Archie, what you mean is with the kind of Lucifer release and with Burn Rising, a guard that is inherently kind of very weak against Burn could lose a little bit of utility. Is that your thinking on that, or any other thoughts?
That's pretty much it, to be honest. Burn coming in. Even though I don't think Lucy will be higher than her, I do think it still has the effect of pulling her down.
Right. Yeah. I mean, top 10 is still a great result for any unit, honestly. So makes sense either way. We have Ethan saying Lucifer number 1 because Mommy Milkers. Yeah, I mean, Lucifer definitely has some very big assets going for her. Let's see if it's also in terms of skills. EXO also going with Water Anya as number 10, as did Destroyer. Average person, we posted the top 10 higher up a little bit, and of course you always have the tier lists and stats channel to refer back to what the previous top 10 were. Number 10 last time was Dark Sun Wukong. It's a little loud. Okay, Burn looking very good. Let's check what we have comments on YouTube. Skipped Storm Snow White. New Mermaid will be good. Okay, fair. Gawain is cooking. Dark Lancelot number 10. Okay, from Umbra. Dark Lancelot top 4 is Marco Rodriguez saying. Okay, already going much further there. Fascinator agreeing with Dark Lancelot top 10. Michelle also agreeing with Dark Lancelot top 10. Ooh, a lot of Dark Lancelot fans now coming up. Okay, let's see what it's gonna be. Any other picks for the top 10? Anyone? We also have Edsonix now in the chat. Welcome. And Elance has been an interesting pick, Exo is saying. Still going with Water Anya at number 10. No, that's fair. There's a lot of choices now, Destroyer. Indeed. Ethan going with Lucifer for number 10. Okay. That's true. We have a lot of different choices, and it's always the case, right? That we have number 10, a lot of potential units to land there. But I have to say, I'm quite impressed because this time we don't even need a second round, even though there was not that many different guesses for the number 10 spot. We already heard the actual number 10. So was it Lucifer? Was it Water Anya? Was it Dark Lancelot? Or was it Yukata Ludmilla? Nice one, Archie, straight away with the with the correct guess on the number
Great.
10. Very impressive.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah,
There's
she's
also something
losing a
else I've
lot.
been thinking about, which this just came to me, but personally, I think sleep will be going down. This ranking, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember Musashi, she had a guard pushback, but Yukata Ludmilla was immune to that. So
Yeah,
since that might not be as big of an issue anymore, Yukata Ludmilla won't be as used.
yeah, fair. Yeah, yeah. Another part of that. And also, you know, Yukata Ludmilla was still a bit under pressure if you run her against Musashi anyways. There are a lot more guardless teams nowadays. Let's see if that trend continues from last month. But yeah, that's a lot of True Power lost fate. I agree. That's like 1 million True Power down. Still keeping it in the top 10, but definitely a big step back for Yukata Ludmilla and one step closer to actually dropping out of the top 10, which would be yet another guard that drops out of the top 10 before before Light Anya potentially. But although let's not get ahead of ourselves, maybe Light Anya is also out. All right. Guardless Matter is a thing, yeah. Avatar Ludmilla and Yukata Ludmilla is kind of the new releases 2024, both of which having very, very different team styles in mind. Okay. Then that's already a great start, but let's not hang on to the number 10 spot so long because we'll get much more interesting the higher we go, I think. Number 9 is next. Who could that be now that we know Yukata Ludmilla went down 1 million? We already heard some say that the trend is burn going up, sleep going down. Who could be on the number 9 spot? Okay, EXO going with Water Anya at number 9. Destroyer saying Water Anya or Unicorn on number 9. Edsonix going with Unicorn. Okay. West going with Water Anya or Hichikata. Okay, Hichikata, that would be quite the increase. Dark Wukong. Okay, that would be one spot higher than last time. West is saying Wukong is out. Ethan is saying Water Anya on 9. We have Linux on YouTube saying Unicorn. Behara is saying Water Anya will be 9 or 8. Okay. Michelle going with Unicorn at 9. Umbra going with Water Anya at 9. Okay, I mean, that's actually quite a lot of unity here. I mean, we have some different guesses with Hichikata, but it's mostly Unicorn and Water Anya guesses.
I mean, Water Anya kind of feels like the first pick that I would go to as well.
Mm-hmm.
It follows the trend of sleep going down, and she was literally just one spot above that point, so
right,
it would follow a
right.
trend.
Yeah, I mean, if we expect new units to make it into the top 10, then obviously some units from before kind of have to go, right? And so that is kind of a thing for that. Right.
But
I think.
I feel like I could insert a second guess here and go with Dark Lancelot. Because I
Oh,
feel
Dark
like she's
Lancelot.
the second unit which would go into the top 10, her and Meat Storm Snow White. So
Ah,
I
okay. Mm-hmm.
could see her being 9 as well. So
Okay, so
those
you
would be my
think
two guesses. Yeah.
Lucifer is not gonna make it into the top 10?
I don't think she's gonna make it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we already discussed in the beginning. There's a lot of pros and cons with that, but obviously for burn units, very hard to make it into the top 10. I think the last one that was there was Commander Astrid, but back then I feel like the burn opening was even more prevalent, maybe than now with Lucifer. But let's see. All right, then I think I can already reveal it. Destroyer saying Dark Lancelot should be higher. All right, but a lot of you got it correct for the number 9. We have a unit that is falling quite a bit, which, to be honest, could be true for Unicorn or Water Anya, since both of them were higher than rank 9 last time. But this unit is actually still number 3 in the rest of Asia, so non-Japanese Asian servers. And but in other areas, she's no longer as potent, and she's losing over 1 million of true power. At number 9, we have the previous number 1 unit, Water Anya. So congrats to everybody who got that right. Very, very good calls from a very big group this time. So seems like everybody is very in tune with the meta right now, given that that we got a lot of correct guesses this time. No second round guessing yet. Very, very good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Water Anya. And Water Anya, I think what we could also add there is, of course, she has always this kind of power barrier passive and so on. And now we have another unit that brings barrier, and Yukata Ludmilla also brought the barrier and stuff like that. So, you know, she's becoming a little less unique. And also, as Archie was saying, I mean, with sleep going down, it kind of fits, or sleep potentially going down, it kind of fits the pattern with Water Anya at number 9. And yeah, only number 12 in Japan. Japan usually the region with the highest whale density, and so the biggest kind of turnover in terms of how quickly the meta develops, I think. Okay, let's see. A lot of good stuff, but we already moved forward to number 8. We haven't seen any new unit yet, and we have seen 2 units that went down by just 1 rank. So let's see if we see a new unit, when we see a new unit, and which units need to drop from the top 10 for making space for these new units. Kanis is saying Yukata Ludmilla is better than Yukata Ludmilla. Nice. All right, let's see who could be number 8 on YouTube. Umbra is saying Dark Lancelot. Oh, Maxi is going with Earth Cleopatra. Ethan going with Lucifer. Earth Cleopatra, also a very interesting one, given the release of Earth Gawain, maybe also potentially benefiting from that. The thing against Dark Cleopatra is probably the potential for a kind of a loss due to burn rising again, which is her biggest weakness. Other than that, she's a very, very strong unit, of course, with huge armor. Right, we have Chihira going with Unicorn at 8. Michelle going with the new Gawain. A lot of diversity in guesses right now. What do we have on Discord? West is saying Lancelot, Lucifer top 15, so not sure about top 10. Edsonix going with Napoleon. Well, I mean, she had her second banner. Maybe everybody picked her up and integrated her into her team. That would be kind of necessary to make such a big jump. Blood Moon going for Unicorn. All right, Archie, what are you thinking?
I would have hated for me to be Unicorn. I think I should still go with Dark Lancelot.
Oh, Dark Lancelot. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because she has decent. She has pretty good survivability among the poison units. I would say
True.
times I've seen her in arena. I didn't get to pull for her, but from her performance, when I've fought her in arena, she survives much than I think she would have.
Yeah, I also saw some very impressive performances lately from Dark Lancelot, I have to say, where she kind of just keeps spamming Unleash Hell, basically, multi attacking, because every time she hits somebody new who fits her criteria or something like that. So very, very impressive stuff sometimes from Dark Lancelot. Let's see if it's enough for the top 8 that we are discussing already now. Exo going with Light Anya for number 8. Okay. Ooh, West is saying, I think Light Anya will actually rise with Dark Lancelot and Lucifer. Also a good point, with I mean, we had lots of
think so
strong
too.
stun releases recently now with Dark Lancelot, with Lucifer, with Storm Snow White. So stun absorber is a nice thing to have, especially somebody who's also guarding your team.
Yeah, I agree. I have like Anya and expecting to rise. If not in position, in Tru Power.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. A lot of different guesses so far. Let's have some more coming in. Ethan going with Light Anya potentially. Lanya is just going up or down. She's still the best universal guard. Yeah, agreed. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, since there's no new guesses coming in, I have to say, okay, for the first time today, none of you got the guess in the first
really,
guessing round. So none of
and
the
there are so
ones
many
that
guesses too.
Yeah, there were quite a few guesses, I guess. We had Dark Lancelot, we had Unicorn, we had Earth Gawain, we had Light Anya.
That's three.
I'm not sure if what else did we have? But I'm very certain that we haven't heard actual number 8 yet. West, okay, Blood Moon going with Earth Cleopatra. I think we had, what was that for number 9? West going with Percival, Exo going with Yukata Ludmilla, Freaky going with Tristan, Average Person going with Dark Sun Wukong, still believing in the power of this unit that is now close to her birthday, her first birthday in the game. Vaccinator saying Ichikata, Umbra going with Finn. Well, you know, maybe the Endless Finn, the upcoming Endless Finn, which we are all waiting for since 2020, I think. So it can only be a matter of time. Okay, Destroyer saying I'd still put Light Anya on P1 because of the annoying stuns. Ooh, a lot of Hichikata fans. Nanaki in Discord also saying Hichikata.
Be a big earnings, but I'll go with Avatar Ludmilla for this round.
Okay,
I'm honestly
Yukata
still
Ludmilla.
surprised that she made it in the last time. Yeah, I remember that
Ooh,
was a
oh,
big shock
true.
amongst
You were
us.
very yeah. I mean, it was a surprise how high she went. I agree. But yeah, she kind of made a shift in the meta towards many top teams no longer running guards in front. So that is definitely a potential reason. Jared, what do you think? Maybe we don't have him right now. But yeah, I mean, we had some more guesses now, and I can say that one of you got it correctly, at least one of you. And it is a unit that is interestingly following a similar pattern like we saw with the previous one with Water Anya. If you remember, in terms of the geographical spread, we had be in the top 3 in non-Japanese Asia. And yeah, that's absolutely right. It is Tristan. So congrats to Freaky, who got it correctly. Tristan is down over 2 million Tru Power. Yeah, RIP, I would say. I mean, she's still making it into the top 10, which still means she's a very strong unit, but that was huge for her. This kind of shift from being a top 4 unit, quickly down the drain, quickly down after bringing back sleep for just a little bit. I think there's actually multiple units that help this kind of downfall. So it's not just Lucifer, but definitely one of the reasons could be the kind of rise of burn immunity against this kind of sleep style of Tristan. So yeah, and even her banishers are prior than SKA. Yeah, that's also an important fact, I think, West, because that is something that can be much better dealt with now that she's not banishing Storm King Arthur, which is often very reliant on being staying in front and not getting banished. So yeah, from 4 to 8 for Tristan, that is a massive fall, but it's still not well, no new unit yet. So we had number 10 Yukata Ludmilla, we had number 9 Water Anya, we had number 8 Tristan, so 2 water units on 8 and 9. All of these units that we saw so far have lost over 1 million true power. But all of them were also previously top 10 units, and all of them are not new to the game, new to the rankings. So let's see how it goes going forward. Now the new units would already need to make it into the top 7. But maybe everything is very close together. I can actually already say that the next number 7 is just 100 or less than 100,000 true power above the number 8. So it is quite a close race there. But who could be number 7 then after this fall of Tristan?
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back, Jared. We are talking about who could be number 7. We already had number 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah, I saw. Also expected Anya on 10, but crazy that she's still number 9.
Still number 9, yeah. Water Anya, over 1 year after her release, still holding on to the top 10 place. It seems like something only Anyas can do. So Light Anya and Water Anya, the only units that seem to be immune against the power creep, at least immune to the degree that they can stay in the top 10 so far. All right, but we have a lot of guesses for number 7 already, I see. We have Destroyer going with Unicorn, Edzonix going with Excalibur, which would be a jump, I think, of 20 spots. I think she was like number 27 last time, or number 28. Then we have Cthulhu from Blood Moon, Light Anya from Exo, Destroyer going with a new unit, Lucifer or Dark Lancelot. West is going with Unicorn, which would also be a drop. Then we have Destroyer going with Cerberus, but already with the Copium. Nanaki agreeing with Excalibur, interesting pick. Then let's look at YouTube, where we have Marco saying Dark Lancelot, potentially 7 or 5 also. Fascinator going with Unicorn in number 7. Behaira saying number 7 Unicorn or Yukata Ludmilla. Linux, Light Anya or Unicorn. Umbra going with Unicorn. Michelle going with Unicorn. Okay. A lot of unity right there. But Archie, what do you think?
You know, I still want to hold on to my Dark Lancelot bit.
Right. I mean,
feel like
never change a winning system, right?
yeah, right. I mean, like I do think she's gonna be there, but also seeing the massive drop of Tristan, I think I underestimated Lucifer. So I think it could also be her.
All right.
I would like to go with Serbi, like Destroyer
Derby.
said.
Yeah. The best burn guard, and I mean, honestly, I would still say the best guard in the entire game, just specific to burn. So that's why she's not ahead of Light Anya, but I think in many ways she's just better than even Light Anya. But you have to run her kind of in a burn team mostly for the most part. Very, very good guesses from all of you, but we have only one number 7, of course, even though we had, I think, like nearly 10 different guesses, I would say. But only one of them is correct, and multiple of you are correct in terms of who it actually is. At number 7, we have a storm unit, and that is Unicorn at number 7, with a loss of 1.4 million true power, down 2 ranks compared to December, and no longer top 10 in the Americas. In the other regions, still holding on to the top 8 spot. But yeah, Unicorn now down to number 7. Honestly, I think it's yeah, it's fair. I always was a bit critical of how high she ranked because I felt like it's a bit overrated, but yeah, I can't argue with my with the data I collect. So yeah, no, you know, it is what it is. But now she's down to number 7, and yeah, I think that's fair. She's still, I think, a very good unit that can be utilized in the front, but also in the back, coming in with the kind of armoring effect. Always kind of nice with all these status effects flying around right now, and of course the kind of stun enemies on entry is very, very potent as well. So very good to all of you who guessed that. That was quite a big crowd. I think nearly a majority who was going for unicorn right there. But yeah, this is another top unit that is falling. Another top unit that is falling by over 1 million true power. So I think we have in total already losses of nearly 6 million true power of these 4 units that were just unreeled. But all 4 of them are still in the top 10. All 4 of them were old units. And let's see where we go from here. We only have the top 6 remaining, so it is getting kind of tight for everybody who wants to get into this exclusive group right there. So who could be number 6 this time? On number 7 we had Unicorn, on number 8 Tristan, number 9 Water Anya, and number 10 Yukata Ludmilla. Okay, on YouTube we have Light Anya for 6th place from Fascinator. Umbra is saying Dark Lancelot. We have Lucifer from Ethan and Destroyer. Destroyer also going potentially with Dark Lancelot. So also still hedging the bets there with the new unit guesses from Destroyer. Exo is saying we definitely get some new units up top. All right, so still convinced. I mean, to be fair, we have a lot of true power losses, so the true power has to go somewhere, right? And then we have Sergio saying Era of Unicorn and Dark Sun Wukong is already over. Yeah, I agree to a degree. I think it's still a powerful combo towards towards the later platoons, but yeah, it's not as potent or that common anymore in the platoon ones. Bloodmoon is saying it appears that Americas are leading the downfall of Unicorn. I'm here for it. Nice. Yeah, Americas for a change, kind of steamrolling the new meta changes in that regard, at least. We have Shadows checking in as well, who has a lot of teams represented in the top 1,000 teams that flow into these rankings. We have Michelle going for Dark Lancelot or Light Anya for number 6. Shihara going with Avatar Ludmilla or Light Anya. Ooh, Linux going with Earth Gawain. Intro after pilot. I mean, you know, in terms of reruns for Light Anya, I don't think they are that that important at this point. I think most teams that wanna get her have her at this point. So it's just a matter of if people start to drop using Light Anya and if they start using her later in later platoons, for example, both of which could impact Light Anya and how she performs. Michelle going with Light Anya for number 6. I really love Dark Gawain mechanic, but the minimum flame make her so bad. I'm not sure what that means. Do you mean the burn weakness? Ethan still going with Lucifer.
I guess
I would also
Lancelot.
go with Lucifer or the Dark Lance.
Okay, yeah, Lucifer Dark Lancelot combo as well, like Destroyer. Archie, what were you gonna say?
I'm still with Dark Lancelot all the way.
Dark Lancelot, never
the
give
way.
up. True. Let's see.
Well,
I
I guess
mean,
if I were to pick a guess out of left field, Musashi.
Musashi.
I mean,
Wow. Okay,
I
first
expect her to
time.
fall. I don't know if it's gonna be that big of a fall, to be honest, because that's 3 points down, like what, 3 million power down.
True.
But yeah, out of left field, Musashi, as well as Dark Lancelot.
Very interesting, very interesting. First time we hear this name today. Musashi, previously number 3. Now a guess for potentially number 6. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. So I'm gonna reveal the number 6 first, before we get into aforementioned top 3 units. Let's see if Musashi is still part of that, if Storm King Arthur, if Cthulhu can still defend their top 3 spots like they did in December. But for the number 6 spot, we actually see a light unit, and it is light unit that is relatively new and not old, and so that should already tell you who it is. We have at the number 6 spot Avatar Ludmilla. So it loads. Yeah, there we go. Avatar Ludmilla slightly down, not a lot. The first unit today that we see that doesn't go down more than 1 million true power, and she's actually up 1 rank. So last time she was number 7, now she's number 6. So that makes her relatively speaking stronger, but in terms of true power, she still got weakened by the most recent releases. So that's a very interesting pattern we have going on here, I think. We did have 4 new units. We did have meta changes, so that could explain why we have some big true power shifts right there. But yeah, still interesting to see, I think. We are already coming up to the top 5, and the 5 units so far all lost true power compared to December. So that is very, very impressive in terms of. I think apparently, I mean, this would be a sign, but I mean, let's see what the last 5 give us. But this could be a sign of Evertale being a bit more balanced. I mean, it sounds a bit weird to say that, but in terms of which team combos can work, it seems there could be a little bit more diversity now. If we see a lot of these top 10 units falling, that this is a sign that different team compositions utilizing different units can be successful in the current Evertale meta. So let's see, what did I miss here? Quickly, everyone drop power, means there's new unit above. Or, you know, the units below gained a lot of power, but let's see. The most competitive top 10, yup. 11 to 20 should see a lot of rise. So that's a different interpretation, right? As West is saying. We could see a lot of risers. That could be either new units or old units in the ranks from 11 to 20. And that's where all this true power is going. But let's see. Where's the saying? How to make game more balanced? Sixer, release more units. Well, I mean, you know, as long as they are not game breaking, it seems like it's potentially working, and people no longer can just get even the whales, I guess, can no longer get everything potentially. Well, yeah, top whales can get everything, anyways, of course. But yeah. All right, then we already started guessing for number 5, I guess. Nanaki is kicking it off with the Musashi guess, like Archie just brought it up. Musashi would be down 2 ranks if she is number 5. Destroyer is saying, well, there's no such thing as a perfect P1 right now. Even if you put top 1 to 5, someone will still beat it with a proper setup. And yeah, that's I think a very, very good point, because I think a few months back it was pretty clear what the top platoon 1 is, and how it looks, which units are contained. This time it could be quite differently, but who could be on the number 5 spot anyways? I mean, that is the big question now. Fascinator on YouTube is saying Light Anya is gotta be next, or she is out of the top 5. Okay. Average person also going
I
with.
also agree with Anya. I think she makes the most sense as the next as number 5. Considering I'm expecting.
Yeah. Sorry, Archie.
What's the image? I'm expecting. Some pretty good stun units, and I don't think she's gonna fall after this. So 5, I don't see her making it to 4 or above, so 5.
All right, very nice picture, Blood Moon, of I don't even know how to put it. Light Kanye, I guess. The last one was Storm King Arthur, Cthulhu, Violet, Unicorn, and Dark Sun Wukong. Yeah, that's roughly that build that was very successful. Maybe you can switch out Yukata Ludmilla with Light Anya potentially and so on. But yeah, this was basically unbeatable, I think. All right. Light Anya guesses from Fate, from Average Person. Shehara on YouTube also saying, hoping Light Anya is there. Ooh, Exo being more specific in his bet is saying Light Anya is dropping power, but at top 5. Okay, so that would be, I mean, we saw it with Avatar Ludmilla. It is quite possible to go up in ranks but lose true power. So that is not something that cannot happen. Michelle on YouTube is going with Light Anya, I guess. Ethan going with Light Anya. And yeah, I think we have a lot of guesses already in. Let's see if one of you already got it correctly. Jared, do you also have a guess?
I'll go with everyone on Light Anya.
Light Anya agreeing as well, and you and everybody else is correct on that. Large majority predicting it correctly, and Exo with the specific bet also correct. She is losing 700,000 in true power, so that is actually not all that little, but is up 1 rank, and she's yet again in the top 5. This card that is already nearly 700 days old is just not stopping to impress, still being the best universal guard after 2 years. Very, very impressive stuff of Light Anya, honestly. I think I already said that in some other live streams before, but I think it's basically my biggest regret not getting Light Anya back then, and then all the time thinking, nah, I can't get her on the like 5th, 6th, 7th banner or something. But yeah, this is definitely a lesson to never underestimate a guard, especially one that is so universally applicable and has this kind of stun absorb that never goes out of fashion. So yeah, Light Anya still top 5 after all this time. Very, very impressive. But the pattern still continues. We had 6 units revealed until now, and all of them lost power. So where is all that power going? All right, but
well, it's not going to Musashi, that's for sure, because she's going down.
Okay, well, Archie, then what's your guess for
Lucifer
number 4? Lucifer Trust. Well, I mean, you know, even if, I mean, let's see if Lucifer can still make it. It's still not out of question, I think, given how spread out everything is. And also, I think I saw Lucifer teams actually running without any burn. So Lucifer is a bit more universally usable, I think, than other burn characters. So I think there is an argument that can be made. But either way, even if Lucifer isn't making it into top 10, then, you know, she could still gain a lot of that true power that is falling. Or maybe the other burn units. Let's see. There are a lot of burn units that are very low on true power last month. So maybe all of them can benefit quite a lot. But let's see. Who could be number 4 then?
I feel like we have to be Musashi, though. Yeah, because sleep, I fully expect that sleep units are just going down. So I think she will drop to number 4. And we'll maybe get 1 new unit in number 3 and keep 1 and 2. So I think Musashi for number 4 makes sense.
Fair. Okay. So Shadows is saying Musashi will be at least number 3. But Archie, Ethan saying Musashi number 4. Exo saying we are getting a new unit here. What is this? Ooh, okay. Destroyer already putting in all his bets. Number 5, Light Anya. Number 4, Dark Lancelot, Lucifer. And number 3, Storm King Arthur. Number 2, Cthulhu. And number 1, Musashi. Okay, wow. So quite different from the number 4 bets that are coming in for Musashi. Ethan going with Lucifer or Musashi for number 4. West is saying top 3 remain the same with just swaps around. Okay, so the same as last time, but not as stable as last time. West is going with the new unit for number 4. Ooh, one spot is the new unit. Okay, Dark Lancelot, Musashi this time. Musashi 4th guess from EXO as well. Lucifer from Fate. Average person, I'm not sure if he's just repeating or if it's a bet for Masuji on number 4. Lucifer being an option for number 4 for EXO as well. Sergio, nobody was yet included from the new units, so we only saw old units from number 5 to number 6, number 5 to number 10. Oh, West is already locking in number 4 Dark Lancelot, number 3 Musashi, and then number 1 or 2 between Storm King Arthur and Cthulhu. Destroyer betting Burn, believing Burn supremacy. I'm going Lucy full way from Blood Moon. Ooh, if Archie goes Dark Lancelot full way. Archie, are you still on the Dark Lancelot train? Well, I mean, you just put put Musashi for number 4.
Yeah, I feel like I've given up on Dark Lancelot because I think if there is a new unit, it's most like I feel like it would be Snow White.
Ooh, okay. So still keeping Storm Snow White in the race right here. And Lucifer is also still very popular in terms of who it could be. And Dark Lancelot from some as well. So a lot of diversity in who this new unit in the top 10, if we see one, could be. The only one not mentioned, I guess, is Earth Gawain. I guess many people think that the burn is too tough for her. Rerun. What did I miss? A lot of messages coming in, trying to keep up. I'm thinking Dark Lancelot maybe because of Cthulhu. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some synergy effects between Dark Lancelot and Cthulhu, I think. Very good to point out here from EXO. New Snow is correct, by the way, Blood Moon is saying. But she's not that common, West is saying. I'm not sure if he's referring to Storm Snow White there. Destroyer going with number 4, Lucifer. Ooh, 36 watching now. Wow, nice. Thanks, average person, for pointing that out. I didn't see that. So great crowd on YouTube. Also, feel free to put your guesses in the chat. Let me quickly catch up on the chat over there. We have Marco saying Dark Lancelot is top 4. Shihara going with number 4 Musashi. Dark Lancelot number 4 from Fascinator. Umbra going with Dark Lancelot for number 4. So big Dark Lancelot fan crowd on YouTube right here. Michelle going with Musashi. Shihara is saying, yeah, like others, she's also losing power. I also did not see her in Arena for a few days. By the way, I also use her in Sleep account. She's fully awakened, so she deals so much damage. I guess this is referring to Musashi. Interesting Duolingo pick right there. Keeping the streak alive for Burn, or is that the Earth unit? I'm getting confused by Green and Burn being in the same picture. That does not compute with my Evertale brain. All right. I think we can reveal it now. We have huge amounts of guesses. And I am happy to announce that at least one of you got it right. Is it more than one? Let's see. Where do we have her? Little spoiler, of course, it is a female unit. Yeah. Big surprised faces everywhere. And now I'm gonna reveal the number 4, which is a unit that is following in the footsteps of the previous reveals, because it is a unit that is losing a huge amount of Tru Power. It is none other than, and many of you saw that coming correctly, Musashi at number 4 with over 2 million Tru Power lost. So that is sick. Yeah, I actually don't know what to say. I think Musashi also pulled down a little bit by sleep being a bit less prevalent, even though she is a generalistic unit. And of course, some units being speedier than her is also a problem. And yeah, but everybody's losing losing Tru Power. It's actually kind of crazy. I don't think we ever had that before, that number 10 to number 4 are all losing Tru Power, and not even little amounts, right? We had, I think, 8-9 million Tru Power lost so far. Probably 9, I don't know. But yeah, huge amounts of Tru Power lost. Let's see where it goes from here. We are already up to 6.8 million Tru Power, and only the top 3 are remaining. So now the big question is, who could be in that top 3, and in which order will we see the top 3? So that is pretty big. I think maybe we do something a little bit different. Well, nah, let's still guess for number 3 only, and then afterwards maybe we go for the number 1 and number 2 picks.
I feel like most people would be in agreement that this is where the new unit would come in.
Mm-hmm.
And like the 3 options are what? Dark Lancelot, Lucifer, and Storm Snow White, which I seem to be the only one on that. So I'm still with that, but my second guess would be Lucifer over Dark Snow over I guess
Dark
Lucifer
Lancelot.
over Dark Lancelot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I put them in that order for likelihood for my personal guess. Storm Snow White, then Lucifer, then Dark Lancelot.
All right. Let's see what others are thinking here in the chat. Do you have the slightest? You have the
No one
slightest
is
idea on it?
thinking Earth Dark Gawain, apparently. No one.
True, yeah, exactly. It seems like everybody thinks Burn is just too strong for Earth Gawain to land there in the top 3. Let's see. We have expected with the loss power. That's slow. Trying to catch up. A lot of messages coming in. Sorry, guys. Are we even getting a bonus in power? Any units that goes up in power? Yeah, I think there are a few units actually going up in power, even besides the new ones. So let's see. We have Jared going with Trust. Number 1, Lucy. Number 2, Lubu. And number 3, Cerberus. I would probably switch number 2 and 3. Destroyer going with number 3, Storm King Arthur. So this would be the end of the reign of Storm King Arthur, who is number 1 since August. So basically the second half of 2024 belonged to Storm King Arthur. Can she still keep that reign into the number 1, into the new year? Destroyer doesn't seem to think so. Dark Lancelot guess from Edsonix. Maxi is going with Mordred. West is going with Cthulhu at number 3. Okay. Also first time we see that one. Exo saying Cthulhu and Storm King Arthur still very common. Shadow saying I'm making some adjustments to make sure everybody lose power points in the Evertrade betting game. No, but I think a lot of people went short, and I tried to make a little call out, right? In terms of, okay, people should update their positions. A lot of new things happening, so I tried to warn you. Nanaki going with Percival or Storm King Arthur. Bloodmoon saying Snow might be too new. Well, yeah, she is quite new, but I have a lot of adjustments in place, so new units always have the chance to make it up to the top relatively quickly if they have the potential to do so. Bloodmoon going with Lancelot for number 3. Exo saying it's honestly between Lucifer and Dark Lancelot for number 3. Oh, Sergio going with a good statement potentially here, saying Burn is dropping everyone's power but not getting top 10, so Sergio not on the boat with Lucifer at number 3. Oh, I can't even catch up with the messages. Jesus. Sorry, guys. I'm also gonna look at YouTube very soon. Blood Moon is going with Dark Lancelot number 3. Destroyer Storm King Arthur number 3. Jared going with number 3 Lucifer. Blood Moon saying Fire never makes top 3. If Lucy does, I believe she'll crack the Fire misfortune. Average person going with Dark Lancelot. How about the votes on YouTube? Phyton saying nobody vote for Excalibur. Yeah, looks like it. Excalibur a bit off. I think Edsonix made a Excalibur bet in between, so not quite alone there. Fascinator saying, yeah, Dark Lancelot in top 3 by the looks of it. Umbra going with Dark Lancelot. Fascinator saying Lucifer is very good. Marco going with Lucifer potentially. Shihara thinking there's another Cthulhu situation. Okay. Fascinator going with Dark Lancelot. Shihara hoping that Cthulhu doesn't fall too much. Okay. Well, I mean, there were some poison releases, some good synergy units potentially. Michelle saying Lucifer or Dark Lancelot. And Cash Ali saying, I love Snow White. Well, you're not alone. Destroyer is definitely a kindred spirit for you then. Okay, I think we have a lot of different guesses. So it is time to start revealing some stuff. Making sure that you guys get all the relevant information here. Let's reveal the next unit. And it is actually a new unit on this next spot. And
Lucy.
which is it?
Hmm?
I'm gonna reveal it.
Please, Lucy.
Let me look for the picture, and here we go. I'm gonna reveal it now. We have next new unit. Make a poll on what? Actually, is there the poll function now on Discord? Work. I need to check that another time. Need to check that another time. But I mean, it's fine, I think, with people writing it out. Everybody is on the toes now, I think. And I'm going to reveal a new unit coming in hot. We have
Let's
Lucifer.
Wait, no.
No. I ain't falling for that again, bro.
That means.
Sorry, Jared.
Not even enough.
You got him. Let's go.
Sorry, that was. I had to do it, man.
What?
You know, I am switching things up a little bit now because, you know, everybody's already expecting it for the number 1. I'm doing it now at the moment where there is a lot of, confusion as to who it could be. So, yeah, we have Lucifer, unfortunately, not making it into the top 10. Still, I mean, she is at number 14. She has 3.6 million true power, and that is, I think, the highest true power that any unit really reached in basically 1 year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but definitely no burn unit made it that far ever. And so this is definitely a sign also for the other burn units, I can already tell you. So this is a huge part of where all that true power that you've seen lost in these top units is going to other burn units that are already older than Lucifer, but still benefiting immensely from her release. And so this is this is still a big release, I think, for all of you guys. Lucifer at number 14, a burn unit, wasn't that close to the top 10 in a very, very, very long time. So let's see where she goes from here. Let's see if Mermaid makes an end to that kind of increase, or we see another burn unit released until February that makes burn even more prevalent and even more people jump on that bandwagon. But yeah, Lucifer, even though she only has 23% usage, she's number 14. So that's already telling you that in these 23% teams, she seems to be making quite the big difference. All right. After that little jump scare, we keep going. And I actually wasn't lying when I said the number 3 unit is going to be a new unit. It is actually going to be a new unit. So let me reveal it to you now.
So I guess D-Lance would be the only one that had the chance for top 3 from the new ones.
Right, there seems a lot of agreement on that. Archie going a bit against the grain there with Storm Snow White.
Yeah, I'm still with Snow White.
I think Storm Snow dies too fast. Even with a damage reduction.
I'm thinking more
I
D-Lance
mean, the
because of
150 T reduction for damage reduction does run out pretty quickly. But I feel like she does a good enough amount of work during the time she's alive. So I'm still keeping my bet on her.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm more thinking for D-Lance because of Cthulhu being poisoned and them following with each other is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the synergy with Cthulhu potentially is sick. I mean, especially because we have Cthulhu being able to kind of spam all that mega poison around, and then Dark Lancelot unleashing hell on these units, potentially converting all that into lethal poison. There is definitely a lot of synergy, but we also have to talk about another unit that
Gawain,
is
no way.
not to be underestimated. So
No
I'm
way.
gonna show you a big surprise to me. I mean, I didn't think she would come in this high, to be honest, but she has a lot of potential. But yeah, with these recent developments, I didn't think she would go there, but here we go. I'm gonna show it to you. Dark Gawain, and she
I
made
didn't
it
fall for that.
Yeah.
quite highly, but also not enough for the top 10. But somebody's falling for it. Okay, that's nice. I'm just doing it for.
How is she over Lucy?
Yeah, that's the
doesn't make
surprising
sense.
part, right? But in Japan, if you look, I mean, she is number 9 in Japan, and what was Lucifer? Lucifer was number 20 in Japan. So Japan is basically holding down Burn, if you want. They are not really going into that. And also Jared, I mean, what you observe is basically true. We can see here because Lucifer is number 5 in Europe. So extremely strong performance there. But, in Japan, it's basically the other way around. And there we have Earth Dark Gawain being the one that is kind of very prevalent in the meta. She is in the number 9 spot in Japan. And that pushes her up against Lucifer, even though we have these kind of elemental disadvantages between them. So, yeah, that is very.
Yeah, of course.
It also could go alongside the fact that Gawain came before Lucifer as well, due to the pull rates and SS counts.
Oh yeah.
Wait, but Gawain came after Lucifer, right?
Oh wait, she came after or before?
Yeah,
I
she
think 1 week
came
after,
the week
right?
after.
It was
Yeah.
after.
Which was
Oh,
odd,
okay,
to
okay.
be
It was
honest,
after.
because in terms of in terms of maybe not releasing a strong burn unit right before a strong earth unit would make more sense in my opinion in terms of business case. But they made a little bit of a weird call there. Despite all that, it seems like in Japan the meta didn't quite develop into the burn direction as much as in other regions, and thus Earth Dark Gawain making a much bigger impact there. All right, but then I'm no longer like feeling like messing with you guys. I think you earned to know it now. Who could be on that number 3? We have Archie going with the underdog bet on Storm Snow White, and everybody else basically, I guess, saying Dark Lancelot. Let me check real quick if anybody is opposed to that idea. I mean, we had some other number 3 bets before, but I already mentioned it is a new unit on the number 3 spot. And they're just saying, imagine Tru trolls us again. Well, you know, I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm just gonna post this. And as you can see, it's
what's
not
Dark
a troll
Lancelot?
this time.
Expected.
Dark Lancelot at number 3. So a lot of you were right. In the straight from the get-go, we have Dark Lancelot with the strong synergy with Storm Snow White. With Storm Snow White potentially as well, but also even more importantly with Cthulhu and a very good survivability. And you can see she's number 2 in Japan, so huge usage in that main region of Evertale. But yeah, in all the other regions, she's also top 10. So she definitely earned that top 10 spot, even that top 3 spot, although we will have to see where she goes from there. I still think she has some weaknesses, but I mean, that's why she's just under 7 million true power. It's not like she's an absolutely dominating unit, but definitely very close to that. But yeah, still very not insanely high amounts here on the true power, which yet again speaks to the fact that it is getting a little more evened out in terms of who could be used successfully in Evertale, especially in the platoon ones. There's a lot more diversity right now. All right. Then I think we can quickly cover the remaining 2, and maybe you guys just tell me who you think number 2 and number 1 will be after these reveals we have just seen. Let me see what I missed on YouTube. Linux already going with Storm King Arthur on number 2, so saying she will end her reign. A lot of love for Dark Lancelot from YouTube, who were largely correct. There was a huge hype train for Lancelot. Also, shout out, I think, to Marco from the beginning, who was like, Dark Lancelot will be top 4. Great call right there. And let's see now who could get it correctly in terms of who will be number 2 and number 1. Umbra is going with Storm King Arthur number 2. Cthulhu number 1. Sino is going with number 2 Cthulhu, so that would be the same spot as before. Michelle going with Arthur. Shihara going with same like before, so Cthulhu on number 2. Then what do we have on the Discord? Sure, Exo, if you want to quickly post a poll, that's if it works quickly, we can do that.
I think we'll be the same as before. Storm King Arthur and then Cthulhu.
Yep. 1 Cthulhu, number 2 should be Storm King Arthur.
Oh, so Jared, you're saying a switch, and Archie, you're saying it stays the same. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I'm saying it's the same.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Nanaki is going with Storm Snow White at number 2 and Storm King Arthur at number 1, which would drop Cthulhu out of the top 10. Freaky going with Storm King Arthur number 2. West going Cthulhu number 2. Blood Moon Cthulhu. Average Person Cthulhu. Fate Cthulhu. Destroyer Storm King Arthur. Edsonic saying Cthulhu is number 1. Wow, okay, there's a lot of differing opinions here. I think it's basically an even split. On YouTube, let me check real quick. We had Cash Eli going with Storm King Arthur for number 2. Betsinator going with Cthulhu for number 2. Sino going Cthulhu number 2. All right. Let's see the results here. Okay. Exo made a poll. Thanks for that. And we see 9 people going with Storm King Arthur here on the Discord and 7 with Cthulhu. So the majority, well, I mean, you know, if we consider the YouTube votes as well, I think it's pretty close to even in terms of whether people think Storm King Arthur has fallen from her throne or Cthulhu still stays at number 2 for the 3rd month in a row. Very nice, very nice poll from Destroyer as well. So it seems like Cerberus is still there for the number 2 spot for people. Can still could still be up there with the Lucifer boost. And I'm gonna reveal it now. Let me see. We have on the number 2 spot a unit that is actually losing true power as well. So she's following the trend that we've seen so far, with basically all the top 10 units actually losing true power, signifying more balance in the Evertale meta. And with that balance, apparently comes some shifts, some big shifts in terms of what can be considered the best unit in Evertale right now. And so on number 2, we have a unit that is used by 72% of 1,000 top teams. Not another Troll West, so stay tuned. It is a unit that is ranked number 3 in Japan and Europe, and number 2 in the other regions. So no region has her at number 1. And this could be a little bit surprising to some of you. Well, to half of you. Because on number 2, we actually have the previous number 1 unit, Storm King Arthur, who is down 1.9 million true power. And is no longer keeping that number 1 spot. So congrats to the to the half of you who saw that coming. Very very crazy downfall here from this number 1 unit. No region anymore with number 1 and losing so much true power. That was even surprising to me, I have to say. So quite the statement in terms of losing true power. Then again, I mean, you saw it before. We had also the number 3, Musashi, lose around 2 million true power. We had the number 4, Tristan, lose 2 million true power. So a lot of units are losing huge amounts here from the top. Now, the only one that is remaining from the previous top 4 that we haven't covered yet. Let's see if she can kind of face that trend and reverse that trend. Maybe Exo, we can do a quick poll as well, and on YouTube, please just write it in the comments whether you think that the number 1 unit this time has gained true power or lost true power. Keep in mind that if this is a new unit at number 1, that this would also mean that she gained true power, obviously, because she would start from 0. But if you think it's somebody like Cthulhu, then you would obviously have to vote for lost true power. But if you think that Cthulhu is number 1 and she gained true power, then you can also put that in the yes category in terms of gain. That is a tough question, Exo. You asked the or question and then put answers yes or no. But I'm not sure how to interpret these results. I guess gaining is the first part. So people saying yes.
I guess gaining is yes and losing is no.
I think everybody who votes no is in for a very problematic vote, because everybody who votes no is basically saying that the units stayed at the exact same power. So if Cthulhu is not number 1 and is not staying at exactly the same true power, no will actually be the wrong answer on this poll. So let's see. Meanwhile, I'm gonna check on YouTube. Umbra is saying number 1 gained true power. Maybe like 1,000 true power. Okay. Wrong timing. Welcome. Fav is saying Cthulhu next for number 1. A lot of people are saying that. Shehara, Michelle, all going with Cthulhu. But now the big question is, did Cthulhu gain or lose true power? And oh my god, again with the Destroyer counter poll. Let's see. In terms of gain and loss, we have actually a pretty even split right there. You can also vote for gain if you think a new unit will make it to the number 1 spot, by the way. And in terms of Destroyers poll, we have Cthulhu, Nagi, been the non-existent unit this 2024, Cerberus, and me, Snow White. Let's see who wins here. Oh, it's Nagi. Well, yeah. Honestly, that's
Of
a
course,
right
it's
pick.
Nagi.
Very good stuff here from Nagi. Oh, and by the way, actually, speaking of Nagi, with the new Murasaki release, I don't know if you heard that, but Murasaki is reusing some of the audio from Nagi's skill. So we have a little bit of a throwback right there, because Nagi's Dream Hunter skill had that kind of, classical jingle playing, and Murasaki has the exact same one playing. So we could say that Murasaki is kind of half new Nagi, if we want to cope a little bit. Oh god, I thought Murasaki voiced Nagi. That would be actually very funny. Nagi voice line the same as Murasaki's. Okay. Well, okay. We let me look back up for the other poll. We have quite an even split in terms of gain and lost. Maybe some leaning towards lost. I mean, all the units lost so far, so that would be counter to the trend. Let's see if she can actually make it. Path is saying, thank God my Wi-Fi still works in Los Angeles. Well, that is very good. Also, good luck to you. Hope you are safe there. I'm quite far away, but read in the news that it's not going quite well. So all the best for you, and thanks for joining the stream. Cthulhu, the phone crasher. Come on, Cthulhu. Yeah, she can't be. Okay, yeah. I mean, seems like nobody is actually expecting a new unit to be on the #1 spot. So everybody is basically saying Cthulhu, which is an interesting #1 if it is the #1, because she doesn't have any execute skills, right? So that is quite interesting that such a unit can still make it. And she also doesn't have any skill that lets her choose which targets to attack. So one would think from the outside, if you know nothing else about Cthulhu, that these are major problems for her to be a top meta unit. But I can tell you that on the #1 spot, we have a unit that is ranked #1 in the Americas, #1 in Europe, #1 in rest of Asia, and #1 in Japan. So she has 4 in a row. She has the Holy Trinity. No, Trinity is not the right word. I don't know what the equivalent is for 4 things, but she has all the #1 spots that are possible in all the regions as well. And so overall, of course, she is the #1 as well. But the big question is, of course, where does she land in terms of Tru Power? It is rather impressive, I would say, because
I mean, the
he's
Tru
actually
Power has to go somewhere, right?
she's gaining Tru
yeah.
Power. It's not that much, but it
Yeah.
is, considering all that other stuff that was going on, it is impressive. I think she's up to 9.5 million Tru Power, and thus she's now leading by nearly 1.5 million Tru Power. So a very clear #1. I don't think we had such a big difference between #1 and #2 in such a long time. So that is the #1 unit in Evertale right now. Congratulations to Cthulhu, who has the best get turn mechanic in the entire game. Also very good survivability. Also, if she is to die or trigger her death, then she also gives some very, very nice guarding with 90% damage reduction. Wait, Destroyer, I need to mute you a little, I think. I'm hearing some weird noises.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I never muted someone before, as you can tell. It took me quite a long time. Sorry, Destroyer. But I think your mic was doing some weird stuff. All right. All right, that's all of it for now already. Thanks a lot for watching to the end and staying active in the event. I think in between we had up to 40 viewers. Maybe to close it out, I'm quickly gonna show you also which unit barely missed the #10. So who could that be? Who do you think we see at #11, guys? Maybe as a last.
It should be
Storm
Snow White. Go on.
Ooh, Archie is going with the Storm Snow White after being disappointed she's not showing up in the top 10. Maxi is going with Earth Cleopatra. Blood Moon as well.
The Sun Wukong. The
Dark Sun Wukong. So previous #10, that would be 1 rank down. West going with Percival, Destroyer going with Storm Snow White or Dark Sun Wukong. Etsunik saying no, she is probably slightly weaker than the number 11 spot. Ooh, Bloodmoon is saying Dark Sun Wukong at number 16. Oh, Maxi is switching it up. Besides his Earth Cleopatra bet, also going with Dark Cinderella. All right, on YouTube, yeah, thanks Fetsi Nator for watching as well. Shihara is going Dark Sun Wukong at number 11. Michelle is happy that she doesn't need to throw away her team because number 1 is still Cthulhu. Yeah, I think Cthulhu is still prevalent, although let's see how it goes after recent releases. I think Cthulhu not ideal against Storm Snow White, not ideal against Murasaki, and maybe not even ideal against Mermaid. Let's see if that is gonna influence her. Wow, West is going with 11 Percival, 12 Gawain, Earth Cleo at 13, Lucy at 14, 15 Dark Sun Wukong. Okay, yeah, 12 and 14 were already revealed. So 11 Percival, 13 Earth Cleopatra. Okay, then let me reveal as the last big reveal today who number 11 is. And this is a unit yet again being carried by a certain region. And if a unit is carried, it's best to be carried by Japan. On number 11, we have Dark Cleopatra, who is ranked number 6 in Japan. Very strong performance there, very, very common. And it makes sense if you think about that burn is not that prevalent in Japan. Everywhere else where burn got the big rise from Lucifer, Earth Cleopatra, of course, performing much worse. But if she's not on fire, it is one of the strongest units in the game right now, as you can see from that Japanese rankings. But of course, if on your server burn is very prevalent, Earth Dark Cleopatra is probably not the way to go for you. Yeah, West, exactly right. All right. Yeah, Dark Sun Wukong, not number 10, not number 11. Dark Sun Wukong is indeed on number 13. I can quickly post that without the picture. He's down 1 million true power as well, so in line with others. The only region where Dark Sun Wukong is still top 10 is the Americas. And no, Percival is not even 15. Percival seems to be underperforming compared to some expectations here, I have to say. We have at number 15 still another Cinderella unit, and that is Dark Cinderella, who is still proving to be very valuable in the later platoons. A lot of these top new characters can be taken out by her if she's not stunned or slapped before she gets to roll off. America like monkey, yeah, exactly. But yeah, these are the new top 15, I suppose. We have revealed all of them, and maybe I'm not gonna post all that, but well, I'm gonna post, of course, the top 28 and top 42 on the Discord and the YouTube community tab in a bit. But I'm just gonna not leave you hanging in terms of the newest units. We have Storm Snow White actually going into the top 20. But where in the top 20? She is going for now to the number 19 spot. She is doing very well, starting to do well in Japan, but maybe she still needs some time to pick up. I am also a bit disappointed by her performance, to be honest. Was thinking she could do a little bit better, but yeah, the release came and went, and seems like the usage is not quite there for her yet. 13.5%. Let's see where she can go to next month. Maybe it is a bit early for her. Maybe new releases make her more powerful. It's all remains to be seen. So that is where 3 million true power went from the other losses yet again. And then, of course, we had huge gains for the burn units. Let me quickly cover that. We have at number 21, we have Mordred with a gain of 1.1 million true power. At number 22, we have Cerberus with a gain of 1 million true power. At number 24, we have Lubu with a gain of 900,000 true power. At number 25, we have Fire Kaguya with a gain of 900,000 true power. At number 26, we have Gilgamesh with a gain of 800,000 true power. So yeah, you have it right here. All the true power that these top units lost, except for the new units, went to the burn units. So that was a big shift in the meta that Lucifer brought. So you can see that right there. Of course, in Japan, little underperforming, but in all the bigger regions, in all the other regions, burn is definitely back in the top meta. And let's see where it goes from here with another burn release that is similarly boosting as Lucifer. I think burn can rise even higher. Vladimir saying, older step nephew, can you show us the top 20? Well, let me quickly see if I have that ready. Make a little bit of a view for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna show the top 21 because I like that because it's the average of 14 and 28, which are some of my favorite 2-digit numbers. Nothing weird about that at all. And so here we have the top 21 for you guys as an exclusive preview before I post the extended rankings in the according channels and on YouTube as well. You can see the big lead that Cthulhu has here right now on the number 1 spot. Then Storm King Arthur, and then another big gap to number 3 and 4, Dark Lancelot and Water Musashi, super close together. So for the people who had Dark Lancelot at number 4 and Musashi at 3, that is also not exactly wrong, I would say. And yeah, then we have some drops here, some elemental duos in Light Anya, Light Avatar Ludmilla, Tristan and Water Anya, and then Yukata Ludmilla, Earth Cleopatra, Earth Gawain. And yeah, all these new units made it into the top 20, so that is actually quite impressive. Not something that happened a lot with the recent releases. But yeah, besides that, only 3 units that are shown here gained true power, but of course I've already mentioned also other burn units gained true power this month. All right, yeah, and number 17 is Percival, as you can see. Good, and yeah, that is actually a good point by Nanaki. There needs to be a burn sheen, I think, for burn to get back into the top meta. Let's see when that will happen.
Burn Jan, yes, but burn Anya.
Ooh, burn Anya. You're right. Actually, we neither had burn Anya nor burn Jean yet. This is actually big. Or actually, hear me out. Burn Cinderella could also be a good one. But let's see. I mean, it seems like or burn Lancelot. Actually, we have quite a few options. Burn King Arthur is also one. We have. It seems like burn also in terms of unit releases is following its own kind of style and mostly going for units that were actually real Japanese historic figures or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but seems like a trend there. They are not really going with the typical names that we see in Evertale more often than not. Excalibur is on number 29, so down yet again with 18.4% usage, just under 2 million true power. But as I said before, we have a lot more balance now in the meta. Very nice stuff. We have fire units gaining 8.5 million true power this month, which is insane. And water units losing 10 million true power this month. So huge shifts. That being said, water is still, in terms of the total, nearly double from fire, but that just tells you how down bad fire was before the Lucifer release. But now everything is a lot more balanced, and the strongest element right now is actually the dark element after Cthulhu and Dark Lancelot climbed to the top spots here. So very good stuff. I hope you enjoyed all these reveals. I'm gonna close it out for now. This was already going on a bit longer, but I appreciate the very interactive session with a lot of guesses by all of you. Special thanks, of course, to Archie, Exo, and Jared for the voice line inputs as well. Always nice not to have a pure monologue in these events, and yeah, also happy for any of the commenters to speak up next time if you wish to do so. We are just on a small stage, so really no need to be scared about that. So yeah, but thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I very much appreciate any support into the new year. And yeah, hope you have a good start. All the best. And we will see each other in the next event or in the next videos released. Lots of fun stuff in the works right now. So yeah, as Destroyer said, completely unbiased. I'm gonna also agree with his comment in terms of liking and subscribing. That's definitely very powerful and gives you good luck for 2025. Rarely people know that, but it is true. All right, then thanks as well to everybody who joined on YouTube, and thanks a lot for watching, and I see you all next time. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are currently watching this. Bye bye.
Bye.